You tell me the story now.
What story?
The epic.
All right.
You ever had an idea that you believed in so much that you'd risk everything to make it real? Well, Francis Ford Coppola's done it 3 times, most recently with Megalopolis, and so did the maker of tonight's film, Tarsem Singh, and it also nearly killed him. The Fall is the kind of film that Moviedrome was built to show. A director throwing away his career to chase something that mattered more than success. Shot over 4 years in 28 countries using no green screen and the barest of CGI, The Fall isn't just a fantasy film, it's one man's test of faith. And you'll never see anything else like it. Tarsem Singh began as a visual stylist and music video director who turned advertising into fine art. His video for R.E.M's Losing My Religion won every award going, and pretty soon Hollywood came calling. He answered with The Cell, a surreal psychological thriller and a vehicle for J-Lo, just as she was hitting the big time. That film cost $33 million and returned 104. Singh proved that not only could he make nightmares beautiful, he could also turn a profit. But when the studios asked for another hit, Tarsem walked away. Instead, he spent every penny he had to fund a film that no one had asked for.
You're the one who asked for a pirate story.
No.
The story began with a little-known 1981 Bulgarian film, Yo Ho Ho, about a bedridden actor who entertains a child with tall tales. Tarsem saw it in film school and never forgot it. 20 years later, he bought the rights. The film starts in Los Angeles during the silent era. Roy, a movie stuntman, is paralysed after a fall. In the same hospital lies Alexandria, a young immigrant girl with a broken arm. To pass the time, and to manipulate her into stealing morphine for him, Roy begins to tell her a story. It's a sprawling fantasy epic about 5 heroes on a quest to kill an evil governor. But as the story grows, Alexandria's imagination transforms it. Reality becomes fantasy. The imaginary narrative begins to mirror the real world. And the characters become the people that surround them. The villain becomes Roy's rival. The princess becomes his ex. And the foot soldiers, the intimidating doctors that work around them. Fantasy and reality blurs until the two worlds collapse into one, and what begins as a lie becomes a collaboration.
And he knew that she was the woman he was supposed to love.
Kiss? Kiss? Are they going to kiss?
Yes.
Visually, The Fall is unlike anything else you've ever seen. When you see a man on a horse galloping across an orange desert, that's the Namib Sand Sea at dawn. When you see the Great Blue City, that's Jodhpur, painted to match Tarsem's vision. The hospital sequences are grounded, almost bland, deliberately so that when the fantasy kicks in, it unfolds like a moving art installation. He shot the film slowly, funding each leg of the journey with his advertising work. Every frame can be hung on the wall. They're like postcards from his obsession. When asked why he didn't use CGI, he said, "Because beauty is already there. I just had to go and find it." The Fall is probably the last great pre-digital epic, proof that the world itself is still the best soundstage. When The Fall premiered in 2006, audiences didn't know what to make of it.
I don't like it.
Was it a children's story, an art house epic, or some sort of vanity project? It took 2 years to find a distributor, until finally in 2008, David Fincher and Spike Jonze stepped in to give it some legitimacy.
An epic tale of love and revenge.
Critics were split down the middle. Roger Ebert called it a mad folly, so beautiful, so strange, so unrestrained. Others simply dismissed it as self-indulgent fantasy. As a result, it made less than $4 million at the box office, which was a colossal personal loss for Tarsem.
It's more money than I actually make a year.
But that didn't matter. He'd made exactly the film that he wanted to see. The crew changed countries every few weeks depending on the ad jobs that Tarsem happened to have. He paid everyone the same rate, himself included. By the time it wrapped, he'd spent close to $30 million. Lee Pace was virtually unknown when he played Roy. His quiet, aching performance is one of the great unseen turns of the 2000s, poised between sincerity and ultimately despair. Peter Jackson saw the fall and later cast him in The Hobbit on the strength of it. He went on to Pushing Daisies and the Marvel Universe, but never again quite this raw.
Let him live. Let him live.
Kantika Untaru, just 6 years old, was discovered by chance. Tarsem saw her running down a hotel corridor. She wasn't given a script and she didn't have much of an idea of what was going on. She didn't even know that it was fiction.
You're Alexandria?
Yes.
Pace remained in character most of the time, and so she thought he was paralysed for real. And that's why her performance lands as hard as it does.
Dad, get up! Don't kill him.
There's nothing left for him.
His daughter.
She made one more film after this and then walked away. And again, much like Paper House, perhaps that's the best way to do it. Tarsem Singh went on to make Immortals, Mirror Mirror and Selfless, all visually ornate, although none as personal. The Fall remains his masterpiece, as well as his millstone. It's the film that lost him his fortune, but also secured his legend.
I don't like this story.
I love The Fall because it contains two great stories, the one in the film and the one behind the film. Yes, it's flawed and it can look a bit pretentious at times, and yeah, it's also sentimental, but who cares when it looks this good and it elicits such emotion? This is a labour of love that wears its heart and its ruin on its sleeve. You'll probably never see another film like it. No studio would ever dare to make it. They'd be too afraid of the failure.
That which has been taken from me can never be replaced.
And I'd love to think that Tarsem regrets absolutely nothing about it. In the making of this film, he got to capture some of the greatest sights in the world. The Fall reminds us that some people still have the courage to back themselves, and that failure can be beautiful. And that's a lesson we can all learn.
I want to look at you until I die.
What a mystery, this world. One day you love them, and the next day you want to kill them 1,000 times over.